like the second choice has got a new shipment of swill. Gave it a try. Needs some aging, but not too bad.
What? I was just with Barney. He said we're not getting any new shipments for months. What did he let you try?
Well, I, maybe didn't run it by him. It was out of a big metal barrel behind the bar. Said Auntie's finest Star Wipe on it.
That wasn't booze. That was ship wax.
Really? Barney should start selling it then. It's better than half his stock.
Sorry, loitering ain't my crime of choice.
Do you mind if I don't pay you no mind?
No time to chinwag. More than it might be.
Keep an eye out for snitches.
Keeping everything above board.
Ship protection for sale. Don't want to come back to a...
Don't make eye contact.
Don't make eye contact.
Welcome to the true free market, friend.
Can't tell if you're a fixer or need fixing.
Under the impression that Free Market Station was open to all. Why am I being accosted?
Free market station is open to all, except spies. It's awful suspicious how you've been gallivanting about, asking everyone questions.
I am not a spy. The information I'm collecting here shall be of historical significance someday. Surely you can appreciate that.
Right. And I'm sure that information wouldn't help at all in clearing us out of the station years from now. I'll be watching you.
Greetings. Are you perhaps interested in advancing the knowledge of Arcadia's history through scientific exploration? What am I saying? Of course you are. Please, do tell me anything you might know about the crash of the ACS Free Market. Do pardon my forwardness. I saw that you were a new arrival, but I held out some hope that you might be able to enlighten me where the station populace has not. As an archivist, it's my duty to collect and record hitherto unrecorded knowledge wherever it can be found. But my earnest questions have been met with suspicion. That's great. I can offer you a stipend from my exploratory budget for anything you might manage to discover. Converse with the locals, peer into unturned corners, and see what your able hand might unearth. I look forward to furthering the cause of history with you. I'd ask about in the saloon and the bazaar. Both are places where gossip flies about like so many tarot rays. Sub Rosa likely has some information about the crash, but I'm not sure where. You also might be able to find some intact portion of the ship amidst all of the station's wreckage. Take a look around. I'm sure you'll be able to get farther on your own.
Hope that wayward science type didn't disturb you much, friend. We of the station normally do our best to dissuade partisans from making nuisances of themselves. Ain't surprised they're pleasant to you. You don't have to worry you'll be made a target. All that aside, enjoy your time on the station. Don't get into any trouble.
This place ain't half bad. I've been to seedier underbellies.
Keep a low profile. We're trying
Nice
to run
day
a
for
respectable
shady
funeral operation here.
Can't chit-chat. I got a line on something big at the moment.
Maybe He's automatically.
If it inflicts grievous bodily harm on other people, I've got it! Buy from me and live. Think I misplaced a hand grenade. We'll know in a couple seconds if it's armed or not. Browse all you like. Everything I've got is fine-tuned to perfection. That's privileged information, friend. If you want it, you're going to have to kill me. Just jesting. Although if you did want to kill me, I've got many finely priced perforators tuned to do just that. Perhaps you'd be inclined to take a look at my wares? Feel free to go on a murderous rampage with what you buy. It's good publicity.
Think we could sell this.
Blades, bludgeons, bombs, blunderbusses. We've got it all. Except
Anybody
that
even listening to this? Let me sell you stuff.
You just bought a shooter from not a weapons store, right? How's it treating? It ain't.
hostages went home safe. We'll see if those at the peace talks make it back fine as well. May the plan favor us against long odds. Making my skin buzz even in here.
Where's the map? I'll see it.
Good evening. On behalf of everyone in Auntie's family, I want to thank our hosts for securing this wonderfully austere venue to begin our negotiations for peace. That said, it is deeply regrettable that matters on Golden... not been resolved. But I will now graciously allow the Vicar Laureate and his fellow shareholders...
It doesn't take an engineer to have some shit that is.
I and my fellow councilors share those grievances, but we are here in good faith. Peace between us will allow us to contend with the rifts, the true threat.
way through that fence except in pieces. Let's find another way around.
Be still, Cadre. But don't let this interloper out of your sight. It's you, is it not? The one Agent DeVries warned me to expect? Well, see here. If you intend to stop me, you're far too late. I certainly don't wish it. Yet my health is of far less import than ensuring our mission success. I've already cleared the way for my associates into the station.
We need answers, now. How we extract those answers, I'll leave up to you, Commander. Personally, I'd start with the knees.
You'll do no such thing. My willpower is stout, my loyalty unshakable. And even if by some low chance you could extract my knowledge, you'll never truly understand. If our deaths buy Agent DeVries and our comrades the time they need, so be it. We know full well she cares nothing for us, nor do we ask her to. We share her purpose, and so we fight to keep infidels like you from disrupting her plans. But it doesn't matter what you do. The rest of our team is pushing forward. Agent DeVries is right. The only way to save us from destruction is to save the Order from itself. True, if we want to preserve the Order, we shouldn't kill our own. But I fear that eventually the rot of beguilement will eat us from within. Indeed, you may be right. A single weed is easier to stamp out than a meadow full of them. Fine then. I surrender. See this screen? Agent DeVries' orders for each of her strike teams are here for the taking. One team is in the next chamber, in fact. They're using the Seer's codes to gain control of the automechs and secure the station. All while Agent DeVries makes for the forum chamber to eliminate the delegates. You'll also need this. Her guards have commandeered some frightful reinforcements, and you'd do well to find the control hub to disable them before you're spotted. That's my end of the agreement upheld. If you truly intend to stop her, best be on your way now. May the numbers guide you.
No time to waste. Let's have a look at those plans.
Gonna need a way to power this thing.
If the Protectorate's own leader is beyond his depth, he and his ilk won't anticipate an alliance.
He's not my sovereign.
Yes, right. Well, landing a strike against the Protectorate in this state will be something like wrangling a galloping network.
I am unfamiliar, but I presume that to mean it will be without exertion. If so, then you are perhaps even more ignorant of Arcadia than I calculated. The Sovereign is as ineffective as you suggested. His advisor, the Consul, is not. These executions, these impulsive attacks, are solely his influence.
Solely? Your previous sovereign was rather draconian himself, if your own history books are to be believed. Do not act like the current rot emerged from nowhere.
I could perhaps say the same for you and your reputation for profits over people. But instead, I suggest we pivot our discussion back to the real matter at hand.
Yep, they've commandeered those mechs. Might want to choose this battle wisely.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Time to earn my commission.
Trouble ahead.
I'm doing that.
Got my lance on an unfriendly.
Stop doing that. I'm trying to kill you.
Troublemaker approach.
After some quick mental calculations, I do see merit in your last declaration. It was astonishingly logical, in fact.
How charming that I've surprised an esteemed man such as yourself. In turn, I wish to thank you for toning down your bloviating. I feared we'd still be here next fiscal quarter.
Yes, you must be quite busy between product launches and counting bits. But I will be here as long as it takes to ensure the order isn't taken advantage of by duplicitous actors.
I say kill them.
Hostile spot.
Shut up. He killed everybody, so. He should be dead.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Got my left on an unfriendly.
I'd like to discuss your efforts on Paradise Island. We may have no physical presence there, but we are ever watchful. Our observations suggest that matters have been delicate.
Yes, but things have taken somewhat of a turn. After the Protectorate destroyed their own relay out of madness, we have seen little resistance to our residents.
Well, we welcome the news of your advances. However, it is worrisome that it took the assistance of a freelancer for you to finally secure your hold. Worrisome indeed.
For the unprovoked attack on Outpost Opportunity. What will you do to resolve this?
Firstly, I'd like to re-establish that we, the Order, did not attack. A rogue proctor by the name of Svoboda, her dastardly plot was revealed, and she would...
So the Order is capable of decisive action. I had doubts after hearing about your monastery. Even though the hostages yet live, this crime happened under your purview.
I would remind you that these innocents survived because of our quick and accurate analysis of the situation. I do not appreciate the insinuation that we allow chaos to run rampant on our watch. Chances are high that any erratic variable is a result of your people's meddling in our affairs.
Next you'll be claiming we're to blame for all of your past failures. There'll be a prediction of our arrival.
Lights flashing before my eyes, Commander! Revive me!
What?
To my analysis, neither of our parties has enough goodwill with the other. Directly to an alliance. A swift end to the war is highly improbable.
You had to run a quaint predictive model to come to that conclusion? Did your numbers give any... to making this more worth my while?
No time to lollygag, Commander.
Job.
You see, I'm renowned for my ability to read a room, as we call it in my business, where common sense meets observational data, you might say.
What? There we go. Oh, right.
Ready to waste him.
We're down? Kidding me? Shit.
On the way. To the rescue. Sight unseen.
refraining from a gratuitous.
We're so close. One elevator ride away from having the breeze in our crosshairs. Finally.
Shall we try everything off? Check it.
We came here in good faith to offer a merger and an alliance, and yet our parties will still be at each other's throats by the end of this. Is this really what you want?
It'd be foolish to even consider an alliance when you so clearly wish to bend Arcadia to Auntie's will. Should the fighting intensify, and it shall, it will be due to your pride. Presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar already possesses the foresight necessary to lead a colony and better its people. Until you acknowledge this, I fear we will never reach an accord.
Foresight pales in comparison to action. We acquired Fairfield from the Protectorate. You recall? This was a decisive victory over a strategic location which promises high returns.
So you think your people should rule? Shall I remind you that you failed to gain ground or even take the Vox Relay yourself? Arcadian matters are best suited for Arcadians. We actively collect...
Law, there they are. Right out in the open. Best speed this up. We can't have got Law before DeVries goes through with her plan.
To Matriarch's mercy.
Yet he struggled... house them properly. The poor man was clearly overwhelmed if he couldn't see his right hand was actively undermining him, even with his data.
Meanwhile, Auntie's choice has done little to alleviate the refugee crisis it helped create. Indeed, my projections may be accurate. You are more interested in what you can steal.
Dear Vicar, you are not yourself. Perhaps Auntie and your bishop should continue these talks. We'd be happy hosts.
You have a nasty habit of arriving at the wrong time, Commander.
It's over, Augustine. Nowhere left to run. No more lies you can peddle or people you can burn. Your rewards come due.
Ibarra, I was unaware of your survival until recently. Believe it or not, I was happy you survived. But to see you still seeking solace in the Commander's shadow is disappointing. You could have done anything with your life. Shrugged off the bad memories. But now you're both here to meddle. Law knows why. Oh, and once you stop me, will you stop speaking for him too? I've no interest in continuing this little reunion. What happened in Horizon Point, well, I had no choice but to do as I did. And I'm prepared to do the same again. These delegates you came to save, I'm killing them both, and any hope for peace will die along with them. This is the only way if we hope to close the rifts before it's too late. everything. The Order is on the verge of learning how to control the rifts. They just need the right data and a prototype modulator that's hidden away in a Protectorate lab on Praetor. But like the Protectorate before them, Auntie's Choice must never have access to that technology. Fine. Then I'm done talking. Let's see which one of us prevails.
Well, she died.
Better her than anyone else.
Station's not gonna hold up against that rip for long. We need to get back to the incognito now. Not getting any smaller. Come on, Commander. Huff and puff.
I'm trying. Faster. Oh yeah, she's using her right. Can you get rid of that?
This is an urgent message for all Earth Directorate agents. The spatial rift situation has deteriorated significantly. The rifts threatening a majority of our colonies and our Earth Directorate bases, including this one, have entered their final stages. If you see a rift that looks like this, you are in grave danger. You have at most a matter of months before everything in your local system is destroyed. The seriousness of this situation cannot be overstated. Therefore, Directive Alpha Omega is hereby invoked. You are fully authorized to do everything in your power to find a way to close the rifts. Along with this message, the entirety of our rift data has been sent to your local surveillance satellite. Analyze this data. Law willing, you will find a way to unlock any secrets it has resisted yielding to us. The fate of humanity now depends on you.
Acknowledging receipt of emergency mission parameters update, including activation of Directive Alpha Omega. Commander is now released from any and all agent guidelines. The full parameters are as follows. The agent has full authority to handle the mission in any manner they see fit. No exceptions. The extreme nature of stated emergencies supersedes any other considerations.
I have also detected competing priorities in the new mission objectives. The surveillance data from the satellite confirms DeVries's assertion of a prototype modulator on Praetor that may be used to manipulate rifts. Acquisition is required to be able to bypass any new or existing miniature ground-level rift anomalies you may encounter. You are also tasked with finding a way to process the Earth Directorate rift data. The archive computer on Cloister would be best suited to this purpose. Agents are permitted to cooperate with local governments and other political entities at their discretion, even under normal directives, which you are no longer bound by. Both Auntie's Choice and the Order have previously controlled the archive, and may be open to working with you to regain access. Seeking their assistance is recommended. Coincidentally, both delegates also escaped the station and have sent messages expressing gratitude. It seems they feel they owe you their lives and have asked to meet with you at their respective headquarters. Returning to mission objectives. Do you have a preference for which to pursue first, Commander? Acknowledged. Due to the rift's expansion, both Cloister and Praetor show a high preponderance of miniature rifts. Proceed with caution. It is worth noting that the Order of the Ascendant is headquartered on Cloister. You have also received a message from Auntie's Choice. This unit can relay its contents now, should you wish. The message has also been sent to your private terminal. Greetings, morally gray potential contractor. You've been pre-selected for membership in Auntie's Choice Esteemed and Valuable Disposable Agent Program. Report on board the ACS Undisputed Claim for details on this exciting opportunity. Signed, Auntie Cleo. It appears you now have permission to visit Auntie's Choice headquarters aboard its flagship, Commander. You may use the astrogator to navigate there at any time.
So, that's it then. DeVries dead, justice served. Galaxy still needs saving, but we'll get to that. Am I that transparent? Seems you do. I once thought DeVries the upper limit of what an agent could be. Certainly everything I aspired to be. Tough, brave, smart, and now she's dead. By our hand. Thought I'd feel relief or something akin to it. But mostly I just feel unbalanced. Like a mech with gimbals on the fritz. Now you're speaking my language, Commander. DeVries earned her grave, sure enough. So why does killing her feel like... hell, I don't know. Putting out a star? I could do without any more explosions myself. Don't suppose you have any advice on how to move forward from here? You and me. Oh, and Val, of course. Reckon it'd be rude to leave the others out of the fun, too. Appreciate you making time to listen to me jawing on about all this. Might need a few to work through my thoughts, but I'll be ready for whatever comes next. Don't you fret.
Moment of your time, Commander. Remember that matter on Cloister I mentioned earlier? Well, since we're here and all, thought we might take it up now. Might be hard to believe, but 20 or so odd years ago, I made a mistake. Feels like high time I righted it. Now I'm out and about again. That's where the error occurred, I believe. Others judged it such. I shut it down. Believe I was wrong to do so. For many years now, a former colleague of mine's been in a remote spot called Reasons Pass, on account of my decision. Hardly. Quite the opposite, in fact. She's one of the finest minds to ever grace the Order. Her research was unconventional, surely. She was as well. I think with both, we could right things, get the Order back on its intended path. Do appreciate it, Commander.
Out. Draw icons. Take Val.
How are the informant lines treating you? Hear anything good?
Not terribly. My only field-bound compatriot is stationed in Golden Ridge, and all she repeats is endless military quantum.
I just don't get why we have to buy our own weapons from our own merchants. We got people who can still trust better.
My contraptions don't explode no more. What? Listen, I know I shouldn't warn you about this, but anything I sell you runs the risk of exploding. I trust you'll appreciate my forthrightness and be all the more willing to buy from me. As it would happen, I'm more engineer than salesman, but only just. I've been having some problems with my machines since I arrived on this planetoid, but that's enough about myself. No. Ships decidedly ain't in my purview. You sure I can't interest you in some bric-a-brac instead of this conversation? Great. Let's get back to not this subject. Oh, I prefer to focus on the present and the future, and not things that may or may not keep me awake in the dark and lonesome hours of the night. You'd need to purchase much more from my stock for me to consider such a course of action. I'd be happy to show you.
Ugh. Oops.
Buy from me, please?
No.
My boy had lost all his so much to learn
Calling
here.
all former protectorates. Join our training group to learn. Well now, you have an ineffable air of intrigue about you. Weren't raised protectorate, were you? Who are you? I probably should know what that is, but I don't. Sounds real legitimate, though. Sorry, I'm Millie Mealing. I started a training group here to help ex-protectorate subjects adjust to having to care for and, well, think for themselves. We also try to reconnect them with loved ones. Know the concept of community can be alien to most, but we occasionally enlist aid from wayfaring travelers like yourself. Try to, that is. Not officially. Not yet, that is. We discussed a few, like first steps or community for community. The Group Betterment Alliance was another. Somebody suggested the unparadigmatic, but that sounded rather like the Order to me. Like you need to think about it a while, then it still doesn't make much sense. Someone proposed the Awful Freedom Association, which, prompted a spontaneous collegial embrace around them from all of us. This isn't easy on everybody, you know? Has a certain ring to it, doesn't it? I'll be sure to run it by the others. Now, as I was saying, sometimes we do need a little assistance. Involves the mental refreshment facility on Praetor. Not sure what you know about the process, but we were told all our lives to volunteer others for treatment was a blessing. To replenish someone's zeal and ensure our perfect society ran perfectly. What they didn't tell us was the person who comes back weren't always the same. Wish we had. They never said. You weren't meant to ask, neither. My father, he liked to alter official protectorate songs to make them about his favorite pitchball club. Wasn't expressly prohibited, but it was different. I'd rather not say, if it's all the same to you. Guess my guilt must be visible from space. Yes. Before I came here, before I learned the truth about mental refreshment, I was the one. I reported my father like a good protectorate subject. All right. I can assemble some bits from the other refugees. One of us has a shock assault rifle with some extra oomph. We can give you that, too. Once my father is freed, that is. I do know a little about how things work. At least, I'm learning. Good. If you make it past the guards outside, you could maybe present yourself at the front desk as a walk-in. A subject voluntarily turning themselves in for mental refreshment. Look for my father inside. Name's Waylon. Waylon Mealing. Might have to convince him to go, depending... don't want to think about what he's been through. Hope he's all right. We'll post someone out back to wait for him, where the guards don't patrol. Meet me here afterward. I can't tell you how much this means to me. Do mind how you go.
Mental refresh part in our noise. My compatriot and I are always trying to identify those.
You had your eyes open to the Protectorate's wrongdoings
Nothing tastes
as
right
well?
here. It's all so sweet, right? Stimulants,
God damn
medicaments, drugs.
Can I drop that? I drop something. Drop?
Get your drugs here.
I just dropped it. I don't want to pick up stuff. No, I ain't mean that. God damn it. What the fuck? Okay, I'm not gonna walk.
So much to learn here, you know? Seems like every time I talk to someone, they reference something I should have heard of, known how to do. Kind of fun picking it all up. Error! Road sales van
Fuck! Okay, it's entrapment. Okay, I'm just gonna walk
If it
here.
inflicts grievous bodily harm on
I think it's over there. Yeah. Okay, we need here.
I'm beginning to reach the tail end of my patience. You will tell me the location of the broker.
Lad, you ain't got much of a concept of a deal, do you? You ain't got nothing to offer, and a threat is offering less than nothing.
You realize any other arbiter would have crushed you where you stand for obstruction of justice long before now? That I am flowing with magnanimity?
Stranger, seen my fix? Hope you're about to offer to rid me of this damn fool.
You cannot dissuade an arbiter from their sovereign given duty, no matter how much of an irritant you may attempt to be. I came to meet with the information broker for, Protectorate business, Protectorate reasons. However, I find myself foiled at near every turn. None within the Protectorate would defy an arbiter and expect to live. Regrettably, I cannot make the locals see reason without rendering myself unable to learn what I seek.
Even polite entreaties don't see most getting an invite to the broker. And you've been anything but. See, you may have thought you said have an audience, but what you actually said was let him assassinate.
Do I look like a sentinel to you? No, don't answer that. My point is that if I wanted to kill everyone here, we would not be having this obnoxious conversation.
No matter what this fella says, he's not going to convince me to trust him. He's a walking security risk.
You suggest a partnership? An arbiter working closely with a third party is unheard of. But I suppose if I've no choice...
Interesting thought. Occurs to me there might just be something that needs looking into. Within the Golden Ridge locale on Dorado, there's a refugee camp. It's unassuming, quiet-like. Most of the folks there just want to be left alone. They see to the few needs they have by working with the broker, but we ain't heard from them in a fortnight and change. Serves to reason something untoward may have transpired there. You see your way to looking into that, maybe we'll talk. That's between them and Sub Rosa. You in or you out? Great. Take the lap cainted with you. I've had enough of his excitability, and so have my customers.
I don't claim to be pleased with the circumstances surrounding this co-investigation, but perhaps we may surprise one another. I'm Arbiter Tristan Rao. When I was an apprentice, yes, but not since. And certainly never with an outsider. I shall meet you at the camp. Let us hope we both arrive there intact.
Really know where they go, so. Okay.
Latest contraband came in. Looked like quite the haul. Couple dozen
Oops. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay, we need to get over there. Somehow. There's a lot.
Replicator is charged.
Coming for!
Commander, throwing energy your way. Go for torpification. Vitals are in the red, Commander. So I can take the adrenaline. Reload.
To shoot the enemy.
Oops. Shut up.
Yeah.
I can't believe we have to record this. Were the written orders really not enough? Void damn scrappers. Listen up, you, hard-working scrappers. Auntie's Choice needs you to bring scrap. Bring whole armloads to drop location 14C. 14C. You bring scrap, we give Adrena time. Very simple. Special. Bring us an order targeting system. Get lots of Adrena time. And remember, if any scrapper attacks us again, no Adrena time for anyone. 14C, scrap. Adrena time, no fighting, no violence. That's all. Hopefully even your rotting gray matter can comprehend this.
So I was supposed to knock that one. Oh well. Doesn't really matter. So I can steal now. It's enough. It was hurled.
Shush! Aggressor at hand.
I am more. Why are you shooting? Jote? Where you at?
Shooting mix is too easy. Bored. Too much practice.
Yeah, too easy. We get gear to shoot angry order guys now.
Yeah. They be more fun.
Time of your life.
Serious?
Capacitor out.
Oh shit.
The sovereign.
Make sure you guys just bypass. Well, we have to do it the hard way. Guess they were. What the hell is he?
So you did come.
Oh,
good.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not partial to working with those given to second thoughts. It seems we arrive on a desolate scene. I don't know what transpired, but whatever it was killed the refugees to a person. As an arbiter, I bear a strong stomach. But if you've any reservations about witnessing destruction visited upon the innocent, you'd best steel yourself. I've some theories on the refugees' killers, but I remain unsatisfied. Although I am not required to do so as an arbiter, I would care to acquire proof. We operate under the Sovereign's indefatigable will, thus we do not need proof. But my training was somewhat unique in that it emphasized the value of thorough investigation. Let us comb the remnants of this charnel house. Shame about all this blood. I just polished these boots. Is that? Yes, that's an incisor, all right. I cannot help but feel a pang for these people, cut down without a hope of defense. We must uncover what transpired here. Let's hear it. The fact that this camp isn't a bullet-strewn ruin suggests it was wiped out by something precise, or at least not as destructive as traditional weapons of war. Did you learn anything by examining the body? Interesting. Dragoon automechs wield shock cannons, and the refugees may have had some for defensive purposes. Did you have anything else? You're certain you've combed the place to your liking? Very well. I shall continue to search on my own. Was this without the Sovereign's guidance? Salutations. Has your search uncovered anything of remark? Inform me. I doubt it factored in their inadequacy in the face of a superior force, assuming there was a superior force. The distinct lack of automechanical corpses around us supports your point. It seems the defenders did not defend. Did you have anything else? Seems this base has seen its share of destruction. I maintain that it feels deliberate, judging by the still standing buildings. Was there anything remarkable about it? That it is. Size alone does not merit significance, however. You're certain you've combed the place to your liking? Then let us debrief and see if we can deduce what transpired here. Have you any theories as to what killed these people? A good first observation, and one I concur with. Too little damage, no signs of traditional firearms. Have any theories about the automechs that did this? My thoughts exactly. How do you believe they were compromised? I may have a strong theory, but I do not have a definitive answer. Indulge me. How do you think the mechanicals were corrupted? It's too convenient. I submit that the refugees predominantly used the local shortwave tower to control their automechs. The saboteur commandeered it and sent out an override. The only remaining puzzle piece is why. Why go through all this trouble to eliminate a handful of isolated refugees? Yes, that relay tower in the rear of the camp was clearly not built by the refugees, but stolen from the Protectorate, which likely means that they were Protectorate as well. The refugees must have used it to listen in on Protectorate communications, then sold what they learned to Sub Rosa. After the Vox Relay's recent destruction, High Command would have ordered a security sweep of all communication systems. This outpost's relay would have returned a signal. Upon learning of this camp's existence, they'd have dispatched a sentinel to cross off any would-be traitors. Hence the destruction we bear witness to. I do pride myself on my thoroughness indeed, though not all arbiters feel the need to be equally thorough. Now with that finished, hold. Some things approach. Be ready. I suspect someone has disapproved of our inquiry.
Proceeding to attack.
Return, bent on eliminating any strategy. That was a hardy engagement. You held your own admirably. These automechs will never be used to perpetrate such heinous acts again. I believe we're at the end of our investigation. The prospect of sharing our findings with the broker isn't terribly appealing, but we've little choice. I will locate my wretched Sub Rosa transport and return to Free Market Station. Pleasure fighting beside you. Be sure you return to Free Market Station to debrief with me. Despite our work here, I somehow doubt the broker would grant an audience to me alone. Salutations once more.
Greetings again. Hope that little day excursion you and I jawed about is going well. Libations or information? What's your poison?
The encampment had been razed. I'm sorry to say there were no survivors, but I believe we were able to uncover what transpired. I should add, your observations during the investigation were unexpectedly keen. Working beside you was a pleasure.
I'm surprised. Didn't know if you had it in you, especially with an Arbiter in tow. But you got what was needed. Not bad at all. I'd be happy to direct you to the broker. First, though, we've got a small issue. There's a malfunctioning lamp in the basement I need someone to take a look at. Here's a keycard to get you down there. You mind? Just trust me and go give it a look.
Anyone had asked me, I'd have put the odds of a live Arbiter finding his way into my chambers at 1 in a few trillion. Good that you didn't come here for blood, Arbiter Rao. Barney would have sniffed it out and broken you in twain. And I do disdain mopping up Protectorate corpses. My apologies. Barney is sometimes overzealous in the guarding of my body. Though, when it comes to Protectorate Arbiters, it is perhaps warranted.
If you know who I am, you must know why I'm here. My mentor died under vague circumstances, and I desire any information pertaining to the specifics of her death.
Interesting. That question appears to be at odds with High Command's public statement on the matter. Losing faith in your masters?
No. But I cannot shake the sensation that something was awry with her passing. If you know something, tell me. Please.
I could get used to this kind of groveling. Your instincts are right, Arbiter. Though we don't know the specifics, I received information that your mentor's body bore signs of a fight, and a nasty one. Someone killed her.
I shall in time, when fewer prying ears abound.
If that's all, I think you'd best get along. I prefer not to sully my quarters with Protectorate lackeys. Live ones, anyhow.
And I prefer to limit my time with scheming blackguards. Let us take our leave from present company. Speak to me outside, if you would. There's something I'd care to ask you.
Yeah, how about this? I recruited a Protectorate subject, Direct Light, from Bastion, middle of a Protectorate holding.
Think I'll congratulate
Hey,
you for risking your hide to
it's our
recruit
favorite
one
fixer.
subject. Forgive me for withholding my applause.
You're jealous of my charms.
Yeah, real jealous. So are the half-dozen AC ad execs I recruited last week.
Appreciate your assistance. Makes my life easier. So you decided to help the black
Part
market.
of our crew.
That's
Makes you a
using your
friend.
gray.
Can't see me. Going here. Great.
The role of the Arbiter typically does not require the assistance of others. We are expected to act as wholly independent entities. But I fully realize that had I not your aid today, my investigation's progress would have stalled and withered. During our investigation, I gauged your trustworthiness and did not find it wanting. What say we travel together? I think you have earned forthrightness. I came to Free Market Station to seek the true killer of my mentor, the Supreme Arbiter. Sub Rosa deals in information, and were thusly my best lead on her killer. They gave me less than I'd hoped, but it was at least a start. Unfortunately, I cannot act truly alone. I have no ship, and no support. I do not know your allegiance, and accordingly shall not speculate. Suffice it to say, for now, that I fear the true killer is within the Protectorate. I hold my word in highest regard. Were I to pledge allegiance to you, the pact would be nigh unbreakable, barring some extreme action on your part. Utilizing one of our craft for independent purposes would have rendered me conspicuous. I knew Sub Rosa would offer steady transport as long as I paid their exorbitant fees, just as I knew they would collect information on my every movement. But I neither trust them nor have the funds to continue this relationship for much longer. You, on the other hand, have proven to be a capable partner. My colleagues have accepted that her death was a natural one. Questioning an explanation of that nature is foolish, dangerous even. Nonetheless, the circumstances of her death trouble me. I cannot allow myself to accept the explanation that's been put forth without investigating to the fullest of my abilities. I will keep to my convictions in any case, but I understand. What instructions would you have me follow? I should have considered this eventuality. I will listen to your words, and I shall follow your orders. I will not assail enemies of the Protectorate without your consent, though I will not like it. But if my sense of duty outpaces my willingness to comply with an order, or if you attack my brethren unprovoked, our relationship will come to an abrupt end. Excellent. I hope our working relationship is most fruitful. I'm sure we shall discover much together.
Won't argue he seems capable, but let's be mindful where his true allegiance lies. All right, but don't come to me with tears if your new friend decides to judge you the moment I've gone.
Let us be off, Commander.
Where's the why get a ton of guns here? Well, I don't need guns. I stole a bunch of shit.
Just heard back. The Higher-Ups finally decided to just bury the corpse of that vigilante.
Cloister features prominently in Arbiter dynamic training, with good reason. The sheer frigidness puts even the most hardy to the test.
I find your proposed time frame leisurely. Unaccountably so.
But going?
Oh, hello. Cogitate here also.
Hello. Farewell. Thank you for this efficiently compact conversation.
Have you at least determined the cause of the avalanche?
Hold. We're presently observing a ceasefire with Auntie's choice, but its duration may be subject to sudden reversal. Would hate for you to get caught in any crossfire.
What? I hear that.
Gathering data on the enemy's movements and behavior.
Why is it so long?
Blizzards raise the degree of difficulty, but that's our problem, not yours. Cloister has been a difficult front, and losing the Archive, first to the invaders and now to the Protectorate, has made it even more painful. Never mind the rifts. If you're looking for a way to help us out, I recommend heading to Laplace's garden. Follow this path and you can't miss it. Avalanche collapsed part of the tunnel to the garden, so the safest path is along the cliffside here. Mind your step.
The Archive's defenders shall fight to the last to keep us from gaining access. As they should. Perhaps the locals have a means of ingress that would minimize bloodshed.
I suppose I could spare 0.004% of my data size.
I've got your numeral. Keep moving.
You know, you strike me as someone with a very small body of published work.
Please keep your behavior within acceptable parameters.
I won't think twice about applying the precise amount of force.
Laplace's garden is hardly better than a colony of sprats. And like a sprat colony, they'd react...
Heard that rift near the Ark? Halt! The Oracle Laureate sent ahead to expect someone matching your description. However, he said nothing about admitting questionable allies. Protectorate are not permitted inside Laplace's garden. Your companion will have to wait outside.
Who are you, claiming to deny me ingress? The Protectorate's arbiters go wheresoever they deign.
Someone should have informed you, Arbiter. Cloister is not the domain of the Protectorate any longer.
I'm... what? Emotional support? You know, that has a nicer ring to it than I'd have surmised. I've never been emotional support before.
As likely as I find that theory, we have rules and regulations for a reason. We are at war, you might have noticed. The Oracle Laureate is our foremost seer, excluding the presiding bishop herself. He oversees the Department of Predictive Analysis, and in so doing keeps the Order on course. Indubitably, Laureate Beckett said to accommodate you as best as possible, but rules are rules. Was there ambiguity in my previous warning? Hope Laureate Beckett won't mind you arriving as a corpse.
Purificator at ready status.
To the equation!
Commander, throwing energy your way.
Continuing pilot.
Damage, Commander.
Grenade locked and locked.
Was there ambiguity in my previous warning? Is this some kind of test? No participants or observants are permitted to discuss Laplace's garden outside its boundaries. You'll discover all you need once inside, after ridding yourself of your problematic auxiliary, of course.
I'm glad we made it off Greater Tranquility Station. Presumably the delegates did as well. I'm pleased we prevented their murder. But they remain my enemies, peddling a false peace. But enough of that. What is most important is that we have brought your traitor to justice. She has paid for wronging you and paid for destroying Horizon Point. We can sally forth to Cloister unfettered by her or her lackeys, and deal wholly with the Rift threat. Understood. I shall await our next opportunity to venture forth together.
You're cleared to enter. Go on in.
Agent, I have a message for you. On behalf of the Order of the Ascendant and her impermeable wisdom, the presiding bishop Ruth Bassar, welcome to Laplace's garden. The presiding bishop is presently indisposed, but I've been instructed to direct you to the Artificer Laureate for whatever pressing matter has brought you to the garden. She's working in Belvedere Hall's secondary courtyard. Enter the large building at the top of the mesa ahead and follow the first hall on your right. Oh, yes. The vicar did ask me to direct you to him. How positively forgetful of me. He should be waiting for you in Belvedere Hall's main courtyard at the top of the stairs. The Artificer Laureate is head of the Department of Applied Scientism, overseeing the exemplars, or craftsmen, of our order. Weapons and technology all fall under her purview. Oh no, not at all. The presiding bishop routinely spends time in a sensory deprivation chamber to hone her mental faculties. Of course, she does seem to be logging more hours in the chamber of late, but I'm certain that's all part of the plan. The rest of the Laureate Council is capable of managing affairs while the presiding bishop is occupied. Really, it's no reason for concern. Nothing in the garden is. Look around you. I don't see a battlefield. Do you? All conflict is transient in nature. To dwell on the negativity of a moment is to risk missing the opportunity of what comes next. Those in the garden have enough perspective to remain present and to focus on what matters: science and progress. And you for recognizing such quality of vision. But But now, I fear I have kept you long past an ideal duration. May all your problems precede solutions.
Oh, we have two.